Hello, today we're going to be talking about calorimetry. Now, what is calorimetry, you ask? Calorimetry is a lab technique used to measure the heat of a reaction by measuring the change in temperature of the surroundings that takes place during the chemical reaction. So it's really important to distinguish between the system and the surroundings. So what's included in each? The system is what we were measuring, so the chemical reaction. And then the surroundings is basically everything else, so it includes the solution and the calorimeter. We measure the change in temperature in the surroundings to observe what is happening during the reaction. So how's it set up? This image shows a basic setup of a calorimeter. In lab, we create a calorimeter by using two styrofoam coffee cups and a lid. The double layer of the cups improves insulation to reduce heat loss to the outside of the calorimeter. If we lose heat, then the recorded temperature of the surroundings would be skewed and our data would be less accurate. The lid also minimizes heat loss by creating a closed system. The calorimeter is set up with a stir bar on a stir plate, and a calibrated thermometer can be inserted to measure the temperature of the surroundings. So what's the purpose of calorimetry? Why do we use it? Calorimetry can be used to determine if a reaction is endothermic or exothermic. In an endothermic reaction, the temperature of the surroundings will decrease because the heat is moving from the surroundings to the system. Since we know that breaking bonds requires energy, we can conclude that if the temperature of the surroundings decreases, then the chemical reaction is breaking bonds. In an exothermic reaction, it's the opposite. So the heat will move from the system to the surroundings, which will increase the temperature of the surroundings. Because forming bonds releases energy, we can conclude that the release of heat to the surroundings indicates that bonds are being formed in the chemical reaction. Some common mistakes to avoid while performing a calorimetry experiment include being sure that the coffee cup calorimeter remains insulated so that we can minimize heat loss. We want to ensure this by using styrofoam cups without any holes or punctures in them, and by keeping the lid on it while the reaction takes place so that heat doesn't escape out of the top. Another thing is to make sure that your thermometer is not touching the sides or the bottom of the cup because that would skew the temperature readings and decrease the accuracy. So now you know how to use calorimetry to measure the heat of a chemical reaction. Thanks for watching.